Will Kitty Pryde's quest to leave the X-Men life behind her be derailed by the second coming of the White Queen, Emma Frost? Well, let's hop into the pages of Exceptional X-Men issue number 2 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we join the book, we check back on in with Kitty at her brand new bar job. So far, we've seen the Shadowcat face down Sentinels, supervillains, and unspeakable evils from other planets. Today, though, the Shadowcat may very well be combating her greatest foe to date, a busload of drunken Cubs fans. I mean, I just kind of assume that's bad. I'm a nerd. I don't know nothing about no sports ball. The Cubs, they're the ones who aren't the Bears, right? Why do I feel I'm probably gonna get more angry comments for that than anything else I've ever said in any video ever? It's during this epic length shift Kitty keeps getting interrupted by text messages from Trista, the mutant girl who she saved from the previous issue. Trista desperately wants to get in touch with her brand new mutant identity and learn more about the mutant community, and unfortunately for Kate, she's the only other mutant she knows. And even though the former Shadowcat has a foot outside the whole X-Men superhero community right now, she doesn't want to absolutely shut this girl down because, you know, she's not a monster. But she is getting a little annoyed. On the upside, though, it looks like she was finally able to reschedule her date from the last issue. I actually incorrectly said in the last video that Kitty had gotten stood up, when in reality, she had actually got the date and time wrong. Also, Kate Pryde's date just so happens to be with a lady, a fact of which I don't think I have to tell you went over just completely normally with all the usual suspects, and to them I say, wow, you didn't read Marauders at all, did you? Because the sapphic subtext in that one was absolutely out of this damn world. Now, Kitty's date actually decides to get a little creative with the outing and invites our hero to come and watch a soccer game wherein her younger sister just so happens to be playing. And wouldn't you just know it, there's more than a few mutants who just so happen to be in the extended family of the players. There's a new character we're introduced to named Alex Luna. He's built like an orc and has skin that changes color like one of those old-timey mood rings. In fact, his abilities allow him to manipulate emotional state of everyone around him. Well, he hasn't exactly mastered his abilities yet, so mainly people just start barfing up all their trauma and emotional baggage to him, including a group of dickhead dude bros who start harassing him for being a mutant, only for the leader of this group to loudly proclaim that he doesn't know why he hates mutants, probably because his dad hates mutants and his dad is mean to everyone around him. Alex getting hassled actually ends up getting picked up on the field by Hao Tran, one of the players, who also happens to be a mutant herself, but one who is able to fly under the radar, unlike Alex. Hao is also very clearly hip and in the know as it regards to mutant culture, and because of that she tries to get Alex's attention by flashing the Midnight M, which is something that we had actually heard previously in the pages of NYX. Alex has absolutely no idea what the Midnight M hand signal means and just assumes that this lady is making gang signs at him, which is just hilarious. This situation only ends up growing more tense and uncomfortable before it ends up completely boiling over into one giant brawl. Hao jumps into the crowd to defend Alex's honor, and it's here we discover that she has powers very similar to that of Shadowcat. She can turn invisible, but also intangible. Though, again, much like Alex, she clearly doesn't have much experience using these abilities because despite all of it, she still gets socked in the mouth anyway by those jerks. It's at that point Kate figures she can't sit by and watch this anymore and is once again forced to get involved, leaving her date behind. Once again, it seems that no matter how hard the former Shadowcat tries to get out, mutant kind and their problems just keep pulling her back in. She uses her phase-shifting abilities to get the two away from trouble and help them escape under the bleachers. Though when Hao tries to leave, she ends up getting stuck anyway, meaning that Kitty once again must step on in and mother this group of young mutants. It's annoying, kind of thankless work, but someone certainly has to do it, and eventually Kitty manages to come up with one hell of an idea. If Trista won't stop bugging her and she worries about Hao and Alex, then what if Kitty just arranges some sort of adult play date for these three to meet, hang out, commiserate, and compare notes on what it means to be a young mutant? It mostly works despite these three being very different people who really only have mutantdom in common. And it also serves as an opportunity to learn a little bit about their individual backstories. Apparently Alex was quite the gifted chess player but had to give it up once his physiology began to so radically change. Kitty also starts to get a little nostalgic nostalgic for similar meetings she had back during her early days of joining the X-Men alongside Storm as her mentor. Eventually, the three kids get bored of playing on their own and decide to bug Kitty at home. Once again, Kate tries to be respectful but to keep the kids at arm's length. Though, here's a funny thing, all throughout the issue, Kate has been harassed by psychic messages. Ones that she tried her hardest to just simply brush off, but here's the thing, if Kate Pryde doesn't want to be a mutant mentor, then leave it to Emma Frost, the White Queen, to swoop up these kids and take them on the town for a little mutant menacing. And it's on that note right there the comic comes to a close, everybody, and so that was Exceptional X-Men issue number 2, and I'm happy to say that everything I liked about the first issue is just as true and just as prevalent here in the second. Eval Ewing has really managed to craft a truly unique flavor of X-Men story here for this series, something that feels so radically different from everything else that's going on in From Ashes right now. It's a real slice of lifestyle story where character is at the forefront. And honestly, it's kind of perfect for Kitty Pryde. She was so many different things during the Krakoan era, so it's really nice to see her kind of buckle down, come back to Earth, and struggle with what her next great evolution is going to be. I also love this idea that Emma is back in the story, but she's really here not so much as Kate's friend, but more of a straight-up foil to her. Emma also did so much very important stuff during the Krakoan era. In fact, she was basically like the most important, most influential mutant there for a little bit, so I love this idea that after doing all that hard work, she's also gone back to her more hedonistic roots to where now she is being motivated almost entirely by boredom. It's fun stuff. I can't wait to see what happens next, and it's so nice to see that this very different, very outside-the-box X-Men book is actually finding a very hungry, very loyal reader base out there. Overall, I think I feel comfortable giving this one another very positive 8 out of 10. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.